it out, man. This Alchemist. It's the God right here.
Don't pee right here, you know what I'm saying? And don't be scared to get shitty, man. You know what I'm saying? UGTV is going down.
What's good, y'all? This is Music Soul Channel right now. You are checking out Urban Grind TV.
What up, man? This is Ludacris, and right now you are watching UGTV.
What's happening? It's the Teflon Don Ricky Rouse. And right now you rocking with Urban Grind TV. It's going down. Flock Bell install 10 5 10 minutes UGTV. Don't go nowhere.
Yo, what's up? It's Eric Sermon, the Green Light Bandit in Chi-Town. UGTV, you know how I do all day. Represent that. You know what time it is.
Joel Santana, and right now you checking out Urban Grind TV. Dipset for life, Skull Gang forever, Slow Bugs, keep up. Ooh.
What's up, it's the Patty Cake Man, and you are watching UGTV right here.
It's Big Snoop Dogg, Urban Grind TV, you understand me?
Urban Grind TV, Face Mob in the building. I'll let your motherfucking boy.
Killer Cam, King Joffrey, Joe, Spacey Sparkers, and right now you watching Urban Grind TV. You know what it is. Good set, you win.
Yo, check it out, y'all. It's the dead. It's Raekwon the Chef, and you doing it big right now on Urban Grind TV.
What's good, man? It's the God. You know what it is. You're watching UGTV.
Yo, what's up? It's DA to the Z, Urban Grind. You know what I mean? Television, keeping y'all updated. Get on the log in, email us, holler back. It's DA to the Z right here, Chicago, baby.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business, and welcome to Behind the Grind on Urban Grind Radio. You know what we're doing. We're digging deep into the music industry. We're giving artists, entertainers, label owners the tools they need to succeed. And today what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on something different. We're gonna shift to checklists, right? So the checklists are really big. They're really easy to follow, and they can get them at UrbanGrindTV.com. They just sign up for the mailing list. But today is the management checklist. And it's the essential task for artists, managers. And the reason this is important is I see a lot of people today, and even since the 22 years I've been in the business, that have the title of manager, right? Yeah. And sometimes it's an uncle, it's a brother, it's a cousin, it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you know, it's whoever, right? And so it's not a thing to knock them, because you got to get experience, right? So you got to start. That's the only way you get experience, is actually getting started. But I think when you have a checklist, then you have at least an idea of what you don't know. And that's scary, to know what you don't know, and that way you can do three things with it. You can do it, delegate it, or delete it. And my boy Randy he put me up on it. So do it, just get it done, make it happen, delegate it, give it to somebody else and let them make sure that they are the person to handle it, or delete it. And that means just right now we don't have time, it's not really important. So we wanted to go through artist management checklist.
Yeah, man, you already know what it is. It's Puerto Rican Creative. That was a great intro on your end. You didn't let nobody introduce anything else, you know, man. Just took over.
So it wasn't me.
I said, let me let him finish, so let me have his moment.
It's the birthday.
But you know what? I'm gonna let you have that moment. It's Puerto Rican Creative. You create, I design. You already know what it is. Happy birthday, Urban Grind TV.
Happy birthday, UGTV. It's your boy, Mr. Sinister Music Group, aka Sinister the Entertainer, man. It's the 15th birthday, man. It's our baby. I'm the uncle. I'm Uncle Sinister.
Uncle Sean.
That too.
If y'all are, if you're the uncle, what am I? What am I in on this
team? You cousin? What do you want to be?
You the newly
anything I want to be is crazy.
You the newly found cousin.
You the cousin. You know all the cousins.
Stephanie, you one of the sisters.
There you go. All teams.
You know what I'm saying? We got UGTV in the building.
That's it. Urban Grind. Shout out to Jay. JR Lyrics on the board. John Daniel. Ismael Rosa just came through. So, Sinister. Uncle Sean, tell us, why is a management checklist important?
For me, it's like a time management thing.
Okay.
Because when you have a checklist, you know what to do, and eliminates the time that can be wasted dumping it. If you ain't got time for it, you ain't got to waste the money on it.
Now, you've been up here for a couple of shows. Are you really using these checklists? You're on tour. I've seen you go on different shows. You're moving around, leaving again this weekend. Are you using it? Do you use it at all?
I have to, because I would be lost without it. And I have mentors too, but that's another show. But people like Mr. Wally over here, aka Mr. My Business, he helps me through it too. And of course, I got the checklist. I got the inside information. It is what it is. Don't get it twisted. It's not a one-way thing though. But I pay for services, but that's brotherly stuff. That's how you supposed to do business with each other.
And we bring this up because you're an artist, but not a label owner, but you're also a manager.
Yes. And so I tell people, I don't manage just one person, I manage just two. So it had to be organized. You know what I'm saying? All right, you have to have everything structured. You have to, when you go out of town, you got to make sure you got what?
Your ID.
Number
valid
one
form of ID.
I want to know what happened.
Number one on the list.
We're gonna bust. You want to know?
Number one on the list.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay, so it was a Puerto Rican that did it. There was a gentleman that came with a paper ID that was expired, and he got to the airport. All right, and he just thought he was gonna go through the TSA with an expired paper ID, not even like a real. It was like a piece of paper.
You can't even have your temp ID and get on the plane.
No, they're not gonna do it. But he thought that was okay, and after they did an extensive personal body and cavity search on him, then he remembered. Didn't he remember he had like his passport or something on him?
Yeah.
After like they dug all deep in him.
But he was like 20 minutes from missing his flight.
Yeah.
Also.
And he was about to lose it. And then another person, which shall remain nameless, is we wound up, shout out Jay Shields, we were like Mississippi or Memphis, right?
Man, we was in the casino in Memphis.
We was in the casino.
Casino.
In the casino. Look, all the drinks are free. We weren't even gambling. We were just at the bar. We were ordering rounds.
I can't drink.
We went to pay it, and the lady's like, "No, the drinks are free." So we just started tipping her, and basically we drank all the Hennessy. I think the first night we left at like 6 in the morning.
We drunk. I'm talking about. He's not exaggerating. We drank all the Hennessy. They had no more on the bar like for the next night.
So the next morning we moved on. We moved on to Cavassier. We did the
past Cavassier. Hey.
But the guy, you know what the guys had to do?
What?
Mr. Two People, I didn't bring my ID. They just had to sit in the lobby. They weren't even allowed in the casino.
Damn.
And they just sat in the lobby.
Watching y'all have a good time.
Watch us with free alcohol.
You don't know this thing. You can't even eat.
No, because they don't let you in there.
So you have to go outside.
And think about it.
Go outside where? We was the nearest store you could not walk to.
No.
It was a gas station.
And then think about it.
It was like literally a 3-minute drive.
You're performing or working at a club, right? So what do they check at the club?
Your ID.
So how you gotta have a checklist. So we created a checklist. That's what I was referencing about. I myself used the checklist.
Yeah.
Like no cap. I just got back. I was out of town for a week. I used the checklist for myself. I printed out and I wrote in extra stuff that I knew I needed, and I used it because I'm like, I don't want to forget anything and be out there without it. So these checklists are essential. This is the management checklist. So you're talking about the organization and the structure. What are some other stuff that the checklists help you with? Have you had management prior? Did you ever have a manager?
I've never had a manager, and I always wished I had a manager. I mean, I'm not tooting my own horn, but it's easier you have somebody walking you through stuff.
Right. It's true. And I've noticed I'll take a guy with just experience over somebody that just got lucky or they were in a good position. Because a lot of these people haven't battled that stuff. There's no knock on them, but you're going to face different things, right? As you go, some people take off in a year, some people take longer.
Yeah.
So I want somebody that's seasoned, and I don't want a nice manager. I'm a very straightforward. I don't think if you think I'm an ass or whatever, that you might be right.
Then I'm doing my job.
But I'm doing my job.
But that's what the manager's for. We supposed to have uncomfortable conversations.
We have those real conversations, so you guys can have fun. And then when it's time to do business or the money, then I'm the person that's gonna come talk to you and say, hey man, let's square this up. Let's take care of the business. And we do everything in writing anyway, so it's no surprises when we get there.
Exactly.
But it's essential, and you don't want anybody who's gonna be nice. You don't want somebody that's gonna band or make people feel good. And the next thing we were talking about is consistency and reliability. How do you feel about those two things? As far as having a management, why is it important to have somebody they are consistent and reliability? You don't even gotta look at it. Just
no, I don't. Because honestly, to have Bounce as a model and freelance and try to trust people and stuff like that, it's so hard to trust people out here. especially in our industry. So when we gotta focus on trusting people in our outside life, but then we gotta figure out that like everybody else is bad in the industry too, and like even your own managers that you're supposed to trust, like you can't rely on sometimes. It's hard. So when you do find one that's actually consistent and like actually checks up on you and actually cares whether you ate that day or you got clothes for your next photo shoot or you were able to get from A to B, then that's it makes you feel more comfortable to do what you gotta do. It's easier for you to do what you have to do as a model. So I mean, I feel like those are very important qualities to have in a manager.
Yeah.
And what do you think some of the challenges are of a new artist or entertainer or model when they want a manager? What do you think prevents them from getting like a top of the line manager?
Thinking it's a scam.
Okay, what else?
Not being coachable.
Okay, I got another one. How about you're not making any money? So I got a lot of people that call me and they say, hey, well, I want you to manage me. Can you help me out with my stuff? So I said, okay, let's, like, how much money are you generating from your music or your business, whatever it is right now? And then usually there's an awkward pause. You feel me, Jay? There's a quiet pause. And then they say, well, not making anything. I said, well, why do you need a manager? Okay, so, and then I explained to them, like, okay, a manager will help with these things, but in the beginning, if you're not generating capital, you really got to get somebody that believes in you. Because they're going to go away from people that are actually generating capital. If you want a good manager that's full-time, they're making their living off their percentages, right?
Yeah.
So that means I got to take my time away from people that are generating money, that are paying the bills, to work with a newer artist or a startup. That happens, and they have to believe in you, but that's literally the sacrifice, right? Because in the beginning, when you're not that big, you're going to get like an inexperienced manager, or you're going to get somebody that's friend or family because they don't know and they're learning with you. Or if you want a seasoned person, then they're going to ask questions like, much income you're generating and stuff like that. And a lot of times they don't want to give you this, not like a, you know, manager. A lot of people thought when I managed people for over 20 years now, on and off, hip hop, R&B, Latin rock, reggaeton, dancers, models, they all want something different, but I always told them, like, a manager is not an investor. We're not a sponsor. So a lot of people took that advantage, like they needed money and they want you to solve these issues. Like, this is different if you're in a record contract. But if you're just a manager, you're not necessarily the sponsor. But a lot of people say, hey, invest in me. You're my manager. And I had a situation recently where a guy, like, took no accountability. He said, hey, I wanted something. We really didn't follow up on it, so it didn't happen. And because we talked every other day, but that never came up. So what I like to do is I like to have an agenda. Some people like to go out to dinner, they don't go out to eat, have a drink. That's cool, but I need to be at my laptop. I want to write it down. I want to notate it so I can follow up with you. Because that person's not going to say, oh, you don't remember. They're going to say, I told you. And that's literally what the guy said, because he had mentioned it other times. So I think, you know, one thing is when you're in management, you got to have accountability. I got to say, okay, you know what, that's on me because I didn't make you understand how important it is that we do business on business time and we make notations. Just don't mention something. Or if it's something that you're serious about, then let's talk about it. And I do everything by steps. Okay, you want to put an album out? All right, so we need artwork, we need music, we need lyrics, right? We need promo, we need distribution. So we put that plan together. It's not magically going to happen. And if you expect that, then you probably don't have realistic expectations of how business works, right? So that's another thing a good manager does is goal tracking and progress monitoring. If it's every other week, like, hey, what did we get done? A checklist feels great because you know what you get to do? You get to cross things off,
man,
and say, man, look what I got done. Because in the industry, it feels like a long time between these goals and these accomplishments, and that 3 months could feel like 6 months. But if you can look back and say, look what I accomplished, I got this done, I got a website, a press kit, I did my music registrations, you know, I got all those things done in the process. So even though I'm not releasing music, this is some of the stuff I'm building. So they help you with goal tracking and progress monitoring. It's the same reason that people get like a trainer in a gym, right? Because my boy Randy goes, man, if I don't have my trainer, I don't work out as hard. Because you want somebody to coach you.
Yeah.
And someone to
tell you you're not doing it right.
Tell you, or if you are.
So you have to be coachable.
You got to be coachable. I'm glad you mentioned that. Speak on that.
You got to be coachable. You got to be willing to take direction. If I tell you to move left, I need you to move left. if I'm managing you, putting your trust in me, you giving me authority over you to do certain things.
Right. And guess what? In management, if you don't make money, we don't make money.
Exactly.
That's how it
Team
works.
effort.
So it's a team effort. And my tip on management, because I've been a manager and investor, and this is many years ago, and I don't do this anymore, but I would help them. Oh, you need, I pay for tires, I pay child support, I pay car insurance, whatever help these people needed, I would fill in those gaps. Where 4 tires, not 1 tire, like set of tires. So I would fill in those blanks for them and help them with the money. But what happens is they come to expect it. Yeah. They don't appreciate it. Or if it's in the business, let's say I mixed and mastered the whole album. I paid for the video. I paid for the models. I took care of the travel. I did the tour. If you pick up and leave me, I'm going to feel some kind of way because I invested a lot of money. Even though if you have your paperwork, it's all recoupable. But what are you going to recoup from? Nothing. Because most of the time, if they can't get it right with you, 99% of the time, they're not going to get it right with anybody else. Mm-hmm. Right? If you're a good manager and you got your stuff together. So you take all the risk, put all the investment just on a chance that you may make something. That's when people fall out, and that's where you see stuff online and people get into it. So what I always change when I change, I say, you know what? I'm going to let these people invest in themselves. It's their business. Mm-hmm. I don't want to own any of their business. I'm going to teach them how to be a business owner, how to own their own stuff. And that way, if one day they wake up and say, you know what, Wally, I don't want you to manage me no more, that's okay. There's no hard feelings. You don't owe me anything. You invested in your own business and your startup, and I was simply a vehicle to help get you there. So, that's big when you know if you're making progress. You might not feel it. You might say, man, nothing's going right. But if we can look back on this and say, hey, Sinister, look what we got done. Exactly. This is what we accomplished.
Love to see the stuff I done crossed off or checked off, dried off my dry erase board just to, I done did this.
See, when you erase it, it's different because you don't remember. But if you cross it off, then you could look at it and say, okay, this is pretty good. What about stress reduction? How would a manager help reduce some of your stress with you?
It'll take the load off of me trying to figure out what's my next gig, and I can focus on taking care of myself, my mental health and stuff like that. They kind of take off the mental stress of trying to debate your price with a person and have it be non-negotiable. Because do that and take care of yourself and try to book your next gig and worry about how you're gonna put everything else together and pay your bills and put food on your plate. It's real stressful. It ends up taking a toll on you. So if you have a manager, honestly, it kind of helps you give away a part of that side that naturally would not be good for your type of environment that you're trying to be in.
Right, because you don't want people calling you and trying to get you down on your numbers or on your price, because you may see them and want to work with them again.
Right.
And when you have that manager, you have a third party in between you guys that can be that person to be no.
It's and called they don't being the bad guy.
Be the bad guy.
Because you have to be the likable person, but it's my job to be the bad guy. Okay, now this is what this is.
To be the businessman.
And knowing how to just say no for your artist, your client. Sometimes no's are more powerful than yeses.
And you touched on something, Athena. And something that it definitely touches not only models but artists, as you said, booking. And what I remember telling people is a manager's a lot of things, and they do help with booking and contracts, but a lot of times they're not booking agents. And a good manager will get you ready and tell you, you know what, we need a booking agent. And that booking agent, all they do solely is pitch you and try to get you paid. And that's it. That's all they do. They're not doing your website. They're not talking about social media. They're not going through your pictures. And what they do is they have an actual clientele list, and they got a pool of people they can contact already. Because if I'm a manager and I say, okay, I'm managing salsa, Ismael Rosa, I'm not gonna have a whole lot of salsa contacts in my Rolodex. Now, I'm making them, I'm smart, I know how to, monkey branch off things, how to network, but if I don't have that, it's here. It's here. If I don't have that naturally, then what's gonna happen is you're gonna be at a deficit, because you're gonna be waiting on that person to make the contacts, right? Waiting on that person to find people to book, and the bookings are gonna be are gonna be slow and far between. So one of the best things you can do is understand that, hey, I need a booking agent, and I want to give them all the materials they need. I'm going to give them the picture. I'm going to give them the music. I'm going to give them video of them playing live somewhere, so that guy can actually go and pitch you. So a booking agent is important. A good manager will tell you what you need.
Good manager know how to delegate.
Delegate. Delegate or do it,
like
right?
Good salespeople.
They are. They're there to sell you and protect you. I think that's the biggest thing. I said it earlier, I run into a lot of stuff.
So sell and protect is crazy.
Yes.
So y'all are pimps.
Pretty much. I mean, that's a negative. That's a negative connotation, and I don't want to say that. I don't support that. I don't support that on Urban Grind.
We all get pimped out in some type of form and fashion. This is America.
I like it. More from a consulting role.
Hey, why he took
it there?
Personal? I was just joking.
Hey,
that could be negative. You know?
Oh yeah, it's facts.
Okay,
but to represent and help you get money, right, is the biggest thing, and to like be that go through, because like they might be like, oh, I'm not gonna pay them. My artists, my clients know that you're getting paid, like guaranteed you're gonna get the money. When I called you, we got you for a video last minute, right?
Yep.
And what you asked me?
Am I getting paid?
And I said, if I call you, you're getting paid, like you're good, don't worry about it. But
we don't let you shoot free videos over
That's
there.
it. No, we don't do it. So even
Appreciate that.
when we get booked for a show, we get half at the signing and the other half before my client enters the building. If we choose to go in the building and shake hands and this and that, we're definitely getting that money before we go anywhere near anything. And that's okay, but I let them know that up front. So a lot of times you have to let people know their expectations in front. If you know the expectations in front, it's a lot easier to have those So that's number 6 is accountability, right? Is define the roles and always set the expectations early. Look, this is how I get paid. This is what I want to get paid, and have it in writing so it's a reminder.
Exactly.
So there's no confusion.
I do not take people's word.
No, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Words can change. Words can be forgotten.
Words are temporary. Actions being applied.
What's written down is documented.
Yeah. So you touched on number 7, Athena. That was communication and collaboration.
What?
Right?
What did I say?
You said that they're going to talk to people for you, right? They're going to help you handle those conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that way you could focus on doing what you do.
But I don't like collaborating no more.
Yeah.
Why not?
I like
you just collaborated with somebody the other day.
No. That was already promised from last year. I don't like collaborating anymore because when you do too many collaborations, people feel like they can go ahead and start asking you to do stuff for free a lot more often.
What if it was a paid collaboration?
Then that's different.
That's different.
That's
work.
That's work.
She's
that's
open
not
to paid collaborations. Because why people use the word collaborate as in what? Come do something for me?
Yeah,
Come do something for me.
Like
that's collab.
exchange. That's a collab. That's why I was like, I don't do collabs no more. If it's paid, it's work. If it's paid, it's my job. I will show up. I will be your blank canvas. I will do what we have to do. If we are collabing, I have the option to say no to.
Right, and that's number 8 is professionalism.
You gotta be professional. It's my
Especially
job.
during collaborations.
It is a manager's job to maintain all professionalism.
I've had such scary experiences.
I could imagine. I mean, it's difficult for an artist to walk into a venue with a few hundred people, 15 people that are going on. You don't know what time you're supposed to get. Who do I get my music to? And that's a majority of the indie stuff where people are gonna go through. And then the bigger events, it's just hard to get backstage. It's hard to get where you're supposed to be anyways, right? So that talks about professionalism. Professionalism is it gives artists confidence. It helps the manager do their ability. You know what? You can be out networking and your manager is meeting the people that he needs to meet, right? And speaking, hey, this is her right here. Let me tell you about this is what we're doing tonight. Here's my card. We love to do some more stuff for that. So a manager, what they do is they recognize opportunities to do more stuff. And what do they do? What's number 9?
Preparedness. Preparedness. You gotta stay prepared at all times, so you ain't gotta get ready.
And what do you gotta be ready for?
Any and everything.
Thank you. Any and everything. Bill, talk to me about that. What could that include?
It could be something as simple as a Costco card.
Or a flat tire. In the middle of a scary.
You gotta have the people skills on deck. You know how to get stuff fast. You gotta know how to use your mouthpiece, man.
Yes.
So You gotta always be prepared for everything. Make sure you got AAA.
Yes.
Extra insurance.
Chargers. Bring 2
chargers. I always bring
batteries.
Two SUPs and the base.
Yeah, he does. You gotta have it because you need it.
Y'all more paranoid than us.
Yes.
I can't not have my phone charger. I can't miss a phone call, especially if I'm on the road.
What if it's
Hey, what about Buddy? He didn't bring no deodorant. So shame on you, Cochino, right? Because he didn't bring no deodorant for 6 days. That man had no deodorant. I gave him a brand new one because I didn't want him funking up.
Yeah.
Standing there and being funky, but you got it. That's just your checklist.
Yeah.
Unless you don't wear it, but please wear it.
And don't get me wrong, we all forget stuff, but you also be able to have the backup is to have some type of money, so you can.
In your pocket.
We were just having discussion. We celebrating our birthday, so we got some birthday treats through Uber Eats.
Yes.
Just like that. I mean, just like that. But you gotta have, he knew in weeks before he was going out of town. You gotta prepare, put your cash to the side. You can't, you know what I'm saying?
Budget.
So you got to budget, and that's a part of being prepared for what you got.
What if you're getting a rental car? You think you're just gonna roll up?
No.
You gotta have enough money in your credit card. You gotta have valid insurance.
You gotta make sure you have money for a deposit.
Yes.
Plus,
take it off your card. They're gonna hold it.
They're gonna hold it on your card, and if you're using just that one card, you better hope you have a card with a decent size limit on that, so you can use your card as well, or use a different card.
Because the hotel's gonna hold money, the car rental's gonna hold money. They might double swipe you on the luggage. It happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
$400 or $500 get tied up like that, easy, and you can't sweat it because you got enough money in there to be like,
yeah, doing the money.
It is what it is.
I forgot a toothbrush deodorant before, but man.
But that's none. You go down to the hotel.
But soon as you go to the hotel store before, if the hotel store out of it, you have backup. You always have to prepare, always for any and everything. Might forget your underwear, so you can't go commando.
Yeah, no commando. So we kind of talked about some of our professional experience. Athena, what would you tell somebody that if they were considering getting a manager, what would you tell them to look for in a manager?
As what?
What?
As a model?
As a model, yeah. From your experience, you're a model because you don't rap anymore, but as a model,
I'm not no more, bro. I get that card in.
She does model and makeup, so
model and makeup.
Make sure you hit her line up.
Appreciate y'all, yeah, for sure. Model, makeup, whatever y'all need, creative directing, designer now. Yeah.
See? So, if somebody if they're a model, they're starting out, they're getting bigger, they want to get a manager, what would you tell them to look for in that person?
Loyalty.
Talk about it. What is loyalty as far as a manager? What do you mean?
Loyalty is a big thing for me. It goes with anybody. But if your manager cannot be loyal to you, at the end of the day, like you could like love your person, like you could like love like the artist that you're with, like you be like I love you like family and stuff like that, but still do your family dirty. You feel me? You have to have loyalty in you to show that you stand 10 toes behind that person, regardless. That person knows that you're gonna be there and you're gonna invest in them, not only as a model, not only as an artist, but like as a character development for a person. Because you want to see them grow, you want to see them excel, and you want to see them succeed farther than what you ever thought that you could ever take them. So you want them to go past your expectations. So if you have loyalty towards a person, you're going to respect them. You're going to want to see them succeed farther than you even envisioned for them. You're going to want to push them to their biggest potential. Why? Because that loyalty drives you to see them better.
Now, does that mean he can't work with other models? Is that considered unloyal?
No, it's a matter of you can go that as a manager, is you up front like I got this model, I got that model, I got that model, but this is the amount of time that I can dedicate to you. This is the amount of time. This is what I can promise you as my model under me. This is what I can promise to you. You keep that promise, you keep that loyalty towards that model.
So I'm hearing you. So I do management contracts. I do a lot of management contracts. And in the management agreement, it literally says that we can manage another artist that's similar to you, and they may be in the same line of work, because we might have 8 people not making money.
I want to have a team that I know I can. At the end of the day, if my manager has other models that he's managing, and he's loyal, and he has that team that he's developed, I know my manager's loyal to me. I know those models are loyal too.
And they might be part of the network that will help you.
Exactly, and they're a part of a team that is loyal. Therefore, you want to put yourself in a position to be a part of any team that is loyal, any team that has that quality of respect because at the end of the day, those are the people that you can continue to network with, succeed with, and excel with.
Thanks for clicking on the link. My name is Wally Locker III. I'm the executive producer of Urban Grind Television and author of Music is My Business, a startup strategy guide to the music business. I've been in the industry for over 18 years, working with artists, entertainers, producers, record executives, and more. I put together a brand new strategy guide just for you on how to navigate the music business. I'm going to talk about your vision, about your commitments, about your dreams, building the supreme team, and more. Also, how to fund your business. So all you need to do is hit the link below, put in your email address. We're going to send you the newsletter. We're going to give you some free bonus content, and you also got an exclusive offer. It's all free. Just click on the link below, put in your email address, and get in tune. It's Urban Grind TV. Music is my business. Let's go.
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk A Lot artist, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below, and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
Oh yeah. Y'all already know what's up. Go, babe. I am. Team SDM.
Damn, me visions. You just shot another one.
Bitch, I stand tall, 5 foot giant. Hoes better stay in they place. Big boss standing on business. Fuck sense, I gotta make cake. No cap, money get me wet. Why you hoes strolling through the gram? I'm brainstorming, thumbing through a check. Niggas asking what I'm dropping next. Pretty bitch demand her respect. Cause I remember when I ain't have shit. Now it's Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada. One of these and they ain't out yet. Been lit, that's why you hoes jealous. Why I'd rather kick it with the fellas. Whole team of young convicted felons. Sooner or later y'all will get the mess. I stand tall, 5 foot giant. Hoes better stay in they place. Big boss standing on business. Fuck sense, you gotta make cake. Stand tall, 5 foot giant. Hoes better stay in they place. Big boss standing on business. Fuck sense, you gotta make cake. 10s, 20s, 50, 100s, run it up. Money on my mind like a bunny. Laughing at you broke niggas funny. He wanna fuck, ain't she coming? I stand on business, aka next. A nigga ain't talking about nothing. Still living fuck nigga free. Y'all know the name of DJ Miss Hypnotic. Big dripper, designer clothes rocker. Basic bitches, clearance, rack shoppers. Check the drip, everything official. Don't worry, baby, I don't want you nigga. Lifestyle lit, I got motion. Lil' but I'm big, fiction focused. By the way, I'm known to keep the fire. Don't get your legs front turned back. I stand tall, 5 foot giant. Hoes better stay in they place. Big boss standing on business. Fuck sense, it gotta make cake. Stand tall, 5 foot giant. Hoes better stay in they place. Big boss standing on business. Fuck sense, it gotta make cake.
Damn, me visions. You just shot another one.
Are you an artist, model, or entertainer? Do you need help with bookings, castings, or even engagement on your platforms? Hit up Urban Grind TV today and let them get you right.
So the management checklist is goal setting and strategy development, right? You gotta have a strategy. So that's what the beauty of having a team, and you get to sit down and say, you know what, this is what I'm looking for. Let's figure out how can we do this. And now you got experience, and you got experience, and she got experience, and he got experience, he got experience, and we get to learn from everybody's experience on it to say, you know what, this is the best way we should go about it. So goal setting and strategy development is part of the checklist. Number 2 I like. What's number 2?
Financial management.
Financial.
Woo!
Talk to me. Why is financial management important?
Because you want your person to have fun.
And have money. You want them to be able to eat.
You want your artist to have fun, but you also want your artist to have food on his plate when y'all come back, you know?
You need to be able to eat, so both of us, because if you don't eat, I don't eat, so.
Okay.
Right. I mean, not only that, but if you have poor financial management skills, what's going to happen?
You're gonna blow through your money. You're gonna be irresponsible.
And
with
even
it.
if you make a lot of money, let's say we make 6-7 figures.
Right.
That doesn't matter. If they have poor financial management, they're gonna blow all that money. So it doesn't really matter because wealth is a state of mind. So if they don't understand the management on a small level, they're just going to blow it on a bigger level. Plus, that leads to other habits and things that are self-destructive. So a financial management is important. Let them understand budgets, tours, promotions. Some people would say, look, I got this advance. I want it broke up. I've seen a lot of artists do that. Break it up and give it to me every 2 weeks. We made a little money, hold this for me. Because they know that it's hard for them and kind of make it like a job.
Yeah, and you gotta give them financial responsibility too, because sometimes the best way to learn is by doing. Yeah, you start with this, and this is what you're responsible for. I've started to do that. You come through. I'm gonna make sure you come through on everything.
Right. So handle contracts, negotiations, and financial agreements. So that's kind of getting you set up. I know that's one of the things when I help artists that I manage or consultants, like, let's get you set up your business account, everything, so you own it. You have your own stuff outside of anyone else. This is what you have. So I like number 3 though, brand development, and marketing. And that's developing and maintaining an artist's brand identity. Why is that important?
Because your brand identity is basically who you're telling people you are. You don't want your brand is it's like represent. It's you. Yeah. It's a projection of you, basically. Every time somebody see your brand, they're gonna see you. You're associated with it. So good or bad, you stuck. It's yours.
Own it. You gotta own it.
And so you want to make sure your brand is good and in good standards with people. That's another reason why you have a manager be the evil. So he could be the evil, he or she be the evil guy, while you're likable, approachable, and employable or bookable.
Yes, employable is true. If you get booked, you gotta give people a good experience. Don't give them a poor experience. If not, they won't come back.
Because if you got a good personality, then your stern manager, that's a good balance. He gonna be on top of business. People gonna like, you know what, he worth it.
But if you got all that personality and everything and you don't show up,
not taking accountability,
then we're not booking you no more. And you know what? I don't care about your excuses because my client doesn't care. We did a video recently. I'm not going to drop no names, but somebody canceled on us. Like, they were already going to be like a half hour late and they were calling me and they were a 40-minute drive and the car was down. And that's unacceptable because you had to leave earlier because you were going to be late regardless.
Right.
And you should have communicated that. So that's poor way to handle your business, and it leaves a bad look on it, on that person. It's certainly somebody we will not recommend because we're paying $150 an hour for the venue. Plus, we have multiple people that are working. We're not gonna be waiting on your funky butt.
What if you're the reason they had to cancel a video?
And we've ran into stuff like that where we've had not cancel, but we've had to shift the video or the story.
Changing the plans.
That's not fair.
And then it's not exactly what the client wants sometimes.
And they're going to blame you at the end of the day.
So that's why you need somebody who's going to be responsible and accountable. And that's why having a good brand is important so they can see what
somebody's
you are.
on it. Even if something's messed up, you can say, you know what? Sinister's on it. He's taking care of it. I'm sorry. And then you can kind of take that off you and say, you know what? I'm sorry that happened. I'm upset too.
Exactly.
My team is working on it. And a lot of times I don't say, hey, don't tell people you're a manager. Tell people you're a management team because that may consist of multiple people. So it's like beyond just having a person because then they get mad at the person. I got a team. I have somebody taking care of that.
Yeah.
Somebody helps us with that.
Exactly.
And that's where we roll into 5 is relationship management. And that is building and maintaining relationships with industry contacts.
You have to.
Because it's kind of like in music, I'm sure in modeling too, it constantly changes. People get new jobs, they go to New York, they go to LA, they get fired, they change, whatever. So you have to be up on it and follow up. You build a relationship with somebody, follow up with them, check on how they're doing. What are you up to? Like, are you good? What do you got going on? Because they may have something that could refer you that you could make some money on and then you happen to call them. And follow up with them. So, we get hit with all these social media and text and everything. It's really hard to keep track of things.
Man.
But if you call somebody and get to hear their voice and get to speak to them, then it's a little bit different. They're like, all right, you know what? I was just gonna think I need something like that. You may be able to offer them some of your services.
And you never
something
know.
For your client.
And you never know. You might just call that person at the right time. You know what? I need somebody for this.
Right. And that happens more than not. I would get that a lot when I did email blasts, but I think are still great because somebody's like, you know what, I was just thinking about something. I got your email last night. I want to talk to you. So that goes into 6. It's legal and administrative tasks. Ensure compliance with legal requirements, the contracts, the copyrights, and the licensing. I don't care how dope you are. You don't own your stuff. You don't understand the business. If you don't have a contract that's enforceable, you're wasting your time.
Handshake is not a business agreement.
It's not it. And then also, if you can't enforce that agreement with somebody, I think it was Warren Buffett said, never do a contract with someone you can't enforce it with. If they don't got nothing, they got no money, like, how am I going to collect on this?
Right.
I know how I do it. I get a judgment against you, and I go after your royalties, and then your royalties are paid to me until I'm recouped with interest. That's how I do it. If there's an issue, I'm coming, I'm going to get paid. But literally, it's not a quick process. And most time, they're never going to make no money anyways. So, because if they're that kind of person, they're jacked up.
They jacking off.
They're already jacked up all the way around. So, if you do a deal with somebody, do they have the ability to pay? Can they compensate me? It's like loaning out something you can't afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose it, don't give it to nobody.
That's why you need collateral.
Don't give it to them. Yeah, everything now, like, I don't do no loans. Like, if we're doing something, it's on paperwork, but I ain't a bank. I can't do it. You have to handle your own adult responsibilities.
You do.
So, what about creative support? Like, what do you guys think about creative support? It's number 7 on the checklist.
I mean, we need it.
What is it?
It's getting help with your creativity.
It's feedback. It's guidance.
I do that. Because you have to get
that picture.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, you have to be honest. Like I said, you have to be. The manager does have to be stern too. You got to be honest with them. No, that ain't a good look. Nah, man, you shouldn't do this. Take that down. You know, stuff like that. You know, because you're not only you protecting you, but you're protecting the brand.
Right, because people are in love with their own work. Right, it's an egotistical business. So I love this picture, but somebody else may see something that we don't, and it's very hard to. You have to have somebody you trust. How do I know you ain't hating on me?
Exactly.
I know you're in the same thing I'm in, right? That's what people run into.
That's why I play my music for people I don't even know. Like, how you like that? I'm gonna tell them it's me sometimes.
Don't tell them it's you, because then they'll give you like the real deal. Like,
you know
you know what? That ain't no good.
Oh man, that's back. I'm like, damn, who is that?
Who
oh,
is
okay,
it?
yeah, that's me. You know, that's how you. I got songs I still haven't released because I didn't like the reaction I got from people. It wasn't a bad one, but it could have been better.
Pointing a pistol at her.
Oh shit, man.
I don't know. She got the hammer and shit. Let's talk about fan engagement.
Oh man.
Social media. Was it something? What about fan engagement and social media? Where can management help with those things?
Once again, you can also delegate those duties because that might not be your forte. They also do have social media managers.
Right. Delegate. And that's when things get big, right? And you're making money. Now there's a lot more ways to tag products and sell stuff through the social media. And if you have that action, as I call it, like you have traffic, then you need somebody that can take advantage of that stuff. Because you need someone creating the content, someone uploading it, and someone managing it. We got these messages. Let's follow up with them.
And this is where it goes back to a good. If you can find, there are affordable places out here too for social media management. They can get you going with your engagement, so you can increase followers and engagement.
But that's like pushing a wheel. I always felt like you lose the momentum as soon as it stops. Your budget runs out of your term. But you just got to have something in place so you'll keep some kind of motion going once the campaign is up.
You can even have
a boost, right?
That's why you have to follow your own plan or your checklist with it too. You know what I'm saying? So they say just take all the pictures and we do all your posting for you.
Yep. A lot of times that's easier. A lot of
just selfie picture, send it to me, and they'll create your content for it.
So number 9 is something I know you got experience with.
Tour management. Tour management.
You've been about 5 cities. You're gonna hit another one this weekend, right?
And
the last 6 months.
We back in Memphis. It looked like, in maybe going back to ATL. I haven't had to decide it yet. But it's looking good for that decision.
Okay.
But yeah.
Why is it important to have good tour management, especially an indie tour? I mean, the margins may be very slim. The money you're making, you got to maximize it.
You got to maximize it, man. You got to You gotta make sure your P's and Q's are checked. A week or two before the engagement, I like to start blowing up to whoever's in charge of itinerary. You know, like, what are we doing? What's the days? What's the times? Even if it's just a rough, because I know things change. Give me a rough itinerary. You know, I book you out to the point I get out. You know, and then you also got to make sure the checklist is important too, because you got to make sure you got everything for flight, prepare for any and everything, like we said before. Deodorant, cards, coupon cards, you know what I'm saying? Just look, even the little silly stuff.
Keys to get in your house when you get back home.
Keys to get in your house, or a place to go pick up your keys from to get back when you get there. You gotta always have plan A, B, C, D, yes. E, F, G, elemental P.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Prepare for any and everything. So, I mean, the manager's little tour. That's why I'm not saying I'm taking the blunt of the hard work, but I'm taking the blunt of the hard work because this is my management skills.
Well, you're gonna maximize money.
I got to maximize money.
You're not gonna blow extra money on travel.
Money, time,
food.
Time is money. So
right?
You got food budget. You got to know what type of food budget you're gonna have. Boom, I'm lucky to have an artist who don't eat a whole lot of food
or dietary restrictions.
You know
I ran into that recently.
Yeah.
So depending on,
make sure people have medicine, i.e.
yes.
me, you know what I'm saying? Make sure
most
important thing.
Right.
Number one is your ID, 2 is your medicine.
Yes, you need it. You need that stuff.
3, where to come get your keys from.
That's it. I like number 11. What's number 11? Talk to me. What do you think that is?
As a model, it's like, example, I'm at a photo shoot and things start kind of going left. Who am I gonna call?
Right. Who should be there with you?
Who's gonna be there to get me out of a sticky situation?
So you don't beat nobody up, basically, right?
Well, I don't get violent no more, bro.
Okay. So there's no stern words. Exchange. Well, basically.
If I have to be the likable model, I have to be the hee. Okay, someone needs to be the you feel me? Like, I can't, like.
That's why having a manager is important too, though.
Like, I need somebody that's gonna be able to be accountable and reliable to be there. Again, with that loyalty, I need to be able to call you whenever, and you actually can get me out this situation, and not leave me there to handle it myself.
That's true. Crisis and management.
Yeah.
That's why I left the music at home.
I might have handled it the wrong way, and then what? I destroyed what? What half the stuff we talked about? Brand development, image. Marketing. Yeah. I done just messed up everything else because you didn't answer a phone call. I had to do everything myself, and I handled it wrong.
You're in a bad mood. It's not something that you want to deal with. So you're gonna handle it wrong. You'd rather let your management handle it.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, can you talk to my manager today?
That's it.
Make sure you're professional with it. That's why you have a professional manager too. Somebody who can talk to people, who can be the bad guy but not be an asshole with it.
They represent you. They can make a bad situation worse. So mentorship and guidance. This is something that I talk to a lot of people about because 20 plus years in is we help these people and we give them personal advice. We give advice on how to handle their family or a problem, their issue they're having. Not because we're perfect, but because we're experienced in it. Like, hey, you know what? This is some advice you can do. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is listen. Just listen to people, and sometimes they just want to be heard. Sometimes they just want to be understood.
Yeah.
And I always said if I can't sit in a car with you for 13 hours, I don't want to manage you. Because I used to use the South by Southwest driving to Austin thing because if I don't want to sit next to you and smell your funky breath or whatever, then I don't want to manage you. So it's got to be somebody that you're comfortable with, someone that, because you're going to open up, you're going to share all kinds of things, right? We're on the road, good news is going to come in, bad news, crisis, whatever. So you guys are going to naturally build that rapport. And you want to make sure that it's somebody you trust. If somebody has a jacked up life, you probably don't want to be taking advice from them.
No.
Presently, now if they had poor decisions and they're doing better now, then that's somebody I could probably learn from.
But that's experience.
Yes. Number 13 is Sinister's favorite, Athena. That's his favorite.
Driver and logistics management.
Right, that's a cool title, logistics manager. I came up with that for you.
That's what's up, Mr. CD. Call me Mr. CDL.
Yes.
You feel me?
Man.
I've been driving across country.
I do need to hear this story. I do.
Well, it's not a big story, but what is a logistics manager responsible for?
He's responsible for getting you there or how you getting there.
Every time now, it's not just showing up for the show, but like Gotta get to a hotel.
Yeah, getting hotel. We booking everything. The hotel, well, places we are going to eat, or places we going to shop from.
Airport.
Make sure there are stores in the back. We might have
It's
to
like a travel
agent. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words, yeah, it's a fancy title for that. Yeah.
No, it's making sure you're on time. Not just that you get there, but you're on time. Because a lot of times, if you miss that time frame, a radio interview with Sirius XM. Or a performance slide, you know what they're gonna tell you?
A performance slide.
Tough. You know what? I came all the way from Chicago. Tough.
Ain't nothing we can do
bad.
about it.
What do I care? You're late. It's not my fault. You don't know about parking here, right? You don't know about where we were. Why am I gonna hold up my show?
Hey, we have an agreement written down, contract.
This is your time. So your main job is to get them safely
on time.
And on time.
On time.
And ready to work.
Have
so that means their bag, if it's makeup bag or clothing, if the artist is gonna change, and get the whole team there. So when I was doing the video, I was like, we had to move 2 Ubers worth of people at a time. So I was always coordinating, saying I gotta make sure that we all arrive realistic at the same time. We come together, we leave together. Because if I don't have everybody, if I only have half the people, it does not matter. I can't do the work without everyone. So it's coordinating people, and often in cities you may have only been to 1 or 2 times.
1 or 2 times, man.
Right?
Yeah.
So everybody's different. So if you go to New York, to travel just to go 5 miles at the right time may take you hours. LA is worse, depending on what part of the city. Man, so if you're from Kansas City,
Atlanta.
Right? You're
Atlanta
from Ohio.
Traffic is terrible.
Right, but if you're from a smaller market, you're never gonna understand how Chicago traffic is and how aggressive it is and what you have to do. So having a driver, a logistics manager, somebody that's been around, knows the streets, right, and knows what you got to do, parking, and at least get you in front, that will save you a lot of stress, and then you perform better because you're not 2 hours late. You're not running through the door like, oh man, I'm sorry.
A good logistics manager is gonna research all these things.
They're gonna make sure you're good. How far is this from the hotel? If the guy's a smoker, you know what? He wants to smoke. I need to get somewhere he can smoke.
Exactly.
It's real. It's the little creature comforts because you're gonna be on the road that makes the difference. So, 14. When you guys give me 14.
Security and safety. This is a new one really added to the list.
We put it on.
We had to put it on. Security and safety is a must. Please, when you out here, don't put yourself in any situations.
No situations.
By any means. And if you're that type of person that you just automatically draw that type of attention, get a security team.
Yeah. Get a security team, and you're gonna have to pay them, and that's a cut of your money.
That's a cut of your money, and that's coming out your budget.
To the people that book you, so that you can pay your security team. That has to be
either that or watch your mouth,
or because they just gonna throw off your mouth, or they can go to the next person.
Right.
You know, sometimes
And also, if you kind of move with that energy, people are not gonna want to book you. Like, oh, he's got to bring a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of controversy depending on what you're doing. You know, so
just get one, guys.
You gotta get security. Chicago's a scary city. Like a lot of you gotta be careful.
It's not a scary city. It's a weird city.
It could be scary for a person that's by themselves.
It's weird out here.
We from here, you know what I'm saying?
In every aspect.
Even if you're from the south side and you roll up to the north side, it's gonna be a different game than what you're used to. A different feel and setting. So just like I told artists, I'm your manager. I'm not your security guard. Yeah. I will ensure your safety and stuff like that because I want to go home too. But that is not primarily my job. That is not what I'm doing. But I will coordinate with security for the venue, and that's what I did. Hey, and that was one of his stipulations. We put it in the artist writer, the contract when they booked them. I said I needed some personal security from the time we arrived to the time we leave.
Exactly.
And we did.
That's all
we had somebody
the schedule and
under the writer,
like
the contract. So that person was with us in and out. And it just created a buffer zone.
He must stand by him.
He's got to stand by and really stand on that.
But you need a budget for that.
Yeah, you need a budget. And the last thing is the fixer role. And if you travel with armed security, make sure you can fly to that state with a weapon. New York is not one of those cities unless you have special certification.
You have to go all the way to New York. You have to go all the way to New York to get that certification.
Yes. So you will go to jail if you fly in LaGuardia with a gun. Or try to fly out.
Don't try to fly out. You could probably fly in.
The guy flew in. He did flew in with the weapon.
He flew in because of the state he came from.
Because of where he came from. But when he flew out, they put the magic bracelets on him, and his vacation was cut short.
He had that chrome on him. He had that bling bling.
Yes, and they got him, and that is it. He's fighting the case. So remember, effective artist management requires a comprehensive approach, integrating strategic planning. There's creative support, logistical coordination, and personal support. And if you balance these responsibilities, managers can help artists thrive creatively and professionally in this competitive music industry. So it's a nice checklist. The first one was about why is a checklist important, we went over, and then we went over about 16 steps of what a manager should do. Now, you're not going to get it all right away. You're going to grow into things. Some of the things may not apply to you now, but as you grow with this business, you want to be at least aware of what you don't know. And if you're a good manager, you want to do right by your client. If it's your family, your girl, your best friend, find somebody, mentor it. Get our list, UrbanGrindTV.com. Hit us up, 888-380-1913, because it's important. You got a checklist. At least because a lot of people faking like they're managers, and that's more than getting high with them at the venue and walking around and standing on stage. I don't stand on stage. I'm backstage. You never outshine the master. That's the art of war. So we are there to make our artists look good. If they're not a jewelry person, I don't wear my chains. I don't wear my stuff. If they are cool, I can wear, but I'm never there to outshine them or take, even if I know more people, because I'm maybe more seasoned, I'm there to make my client look great.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
So if people do come to me and say, hey, let me introduce you to my client. So that may be a thing, but your job is to fall back. I've seen way too many managers want to be more popular than the artist, and that's a poor way to
go. Man, I see it all the time.
They want to be famous.
They want to be in the club with them.
That's a whole nother episode.
That is another episode.
That's another episode.
So Sinister, where can they find you at? They want to hit up Sinister Music Group?
SinisterMusicGroup.com, man. If y'all want to find out more about Urban Grind TV, email me and just put in the subject Urban Grind TV. I'll pass my brother any question that you may have. Social media, Sinister Music Group on Facebook, Sinister Music on IG and Twitter.
That's where you direct all your complaints to, guys.
No, it's Puerto Rican.creative.
I renounce the role.
She's our bilingual way.
It's crazy though, because y'all never hit me up with nothing, so I'm good. So y'all can just pass it down over there.
If you want to complain to me, go ahead, but you got to follow me first.
Yep. I charge money for complaints. It's $20.
Run it.
Per complaint to be heard.
Let's run it up.
Not even discussed. Just heard.
Let's run it up, man. You can ask me anything. Yep. I might engage with you. I might not. Try.
Athena, where can it hit you?
Man, not for no complaints or concerns. Y'all can do it for maybe episode inquiries at PuertoRican.creative, and if you need makeup, MUA.PR.creative. You create our design.
It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business. The book is redone. I rewrote it. I like the third or fourth version of the cover. So once I get the cover worked out, they will get the book this fall. Music Is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. So that is coming, and I'm really excited about that. They can follow me at UrbanGrindTV on all social media. And remember, 888-380-1913. Hit the lineup and get your grind up. See you next week. Let's go.
Urban Grind.